Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Scott Gallagher here with One Marketing, and we're just about to get our webinar started. We're going to be taking a look at growing your business online and looking at different ways that are going to be able to drive traffic, predominantly the local search results, and of course, Google. But before we get into that, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties this morning, and glad that we're able to get everything going. So now that we've got people on the line, I can see that we've got Andy and Pat and Jan, and we've got Ashton and Justin and Joe. But let's go ahead. And yes, I am working with different software here. I just made the investment in the last couple of months to move over to Mac and switching my environment over. And you think it's an easy switch, but your whole world changes. And even the littlest different things, working with different screens here. Yes, this presentation is being recorded, so we got some recording software. New Office on Windows and Mac. But in any event, my name is Scott Gallagher. And I thought I'd tell you a little bit about who I am, just so maybe whether you want to listen to what I have to say or not. But first off, and most importantly, is I'm a father. You can see a picture of my son Ashton there, and actually my son Ashton is just hanging out in the office today with his cousin Justin. I'm off to take him to Taekwondo in a few minutes. He just got his orange belt yesterday in Taekwondo, so it's pretty exciting, and he just finished a safety program today with the Lake in the Hills Police Department. So that's the benefit of being an entrepreneur, and that's my third passion, and then adrenalist. I like to go snowboarding and do different things, and of course, being an author, I love to write. But nonetheless, I did spend a lot of money on university back in 2000. I got an honor Bachelor of Commerce. I had a specialty in marketing, and I put that degree to use pretty much in 2005 when I founded my first internet marketing agency. We serviced the same-day delivery industry, and from that I'd learned a lot about SEO and search engine optimization, and founded a company called NAPAREX. That's a still abbreviation for National Parcel Express. It earned all of its business from the internet, from Google searches. 2010 the company did 51,000 packages. 2011, last year, the company delivered 81,000 packages, all from internet business. And that prompted me to form Local Marketing Source with a partner, and this is my education portal. I really love to provide education, and this is really where I find my passion and a lot of my time in being spent. Of course, the agency is the revenue source, but I like to teach. And so I created the Accelerated program. This is a program I spent a lot of time, a lot of my time and energy for months and months. It was a little over 8 months. This thing's got over 102 videos, over 60 hours of recorded video. Every single document and process and system I've ever created at the agency has been templated into this. I just really enjoy doing what I do. And that's afforded me the opportunity to be a speaker on different stages for local internet marketing. A variety of different events, including SEO Brain Trust with Dan Thies, and Stompernet with Brad Fallon, and whatnot. And now my baby is One Marketing. One Marketing is a brand new internet marketing agency. We focus in on attorneys and chiropractors located in the Chicagoland area. So, having said that, what you're going to be learning today, hopefully, if you stay on the line and decide that I'm worthy to be listened to, but we want to teach you what is required to be #1 on the major search engines for your local business. And when I say both for the organic results and local results, Google changes their name a lot. What was it, 2 weeks ago, Google Places ceased to exist. It was integrated into Google Plus Local. If you want to learn anything about Google Plus Local, I just did a webinar on that and all the changes and implications to it. Essentially, a social layer has been added to search, but that's not exactly what we're here to talk about. Really, there's not a lot of strategy that changes. You're going to find a lot of internet marketers speak a lot of do this strategy or do that strategy, and the argument always comes back to the fact that, hey, we're here to market our business. The internet is merely just a different channel to do marketing that we've been doing for centuries. When we start to look at what a business is, a business needs customers, has specific customers, a target audience that you deliver content to, you deliver value to, you deliver a product or service to, and you provide value to that audience. And so when we're talking about, I could see that my presentation needs to be updated from Google Places to Google Plus Local. This is the first time I'm doing this presentation since that change, and when these businesses change their branding, so we've got to go and update our stuff. But nonetheless, the structure has not changed. Google Places is still the back-end driver for managing all of this. So really, in fact, this branding doesn't quite need to be changed yet. We're looking at a rollout of middle of July for Google to roll Google Plus Local across the board. But today we're going to learn about the importance of the pillars of local ranking, and that number one is listings. What are these listings? Citations and links. Why are these relevant in ranking a business on the search engines? Reviews. What are the importance of reviews? The internet marketing equation has two sides to it. Driving traffic plus conversion equals sales. And so reviews are a big influencer in conversion. The ranking factors in listing, we're going to talk about David Mims' ranking factors. Local citation sources. Where are you going to go and get all these citations? If they're so important, Scott, where can I go and get them? How much do they cost? Do they cost money? Citation acquisition strategies. What are the different strategies we can utilize to go and actually get these, to churn these over on a week-by-week basis? Review acquisition strategies. Well, reviews are a digital form of a testimonial. They're important. How can we roll out acquisition strategies for local businesses to acquire these reviews on a regular basis? Review website filters. We'll talk about that. Now, Bob Parsons, CEO, founder, GoDaddy, he says, anything that's measured will improve. Of course. So, in the internet marketing world, and the beautiful thing about internet marketing, unlike traditional marketing in the offline world, is we got the ability to track and measure our activities. So before you get started in any marketing initiative, here's a few things that you may want to consider tracking with your internet marketing activity. Of course, rankings. Well, if you rank number one for baby strollers in Wichita, Kansas City, and you're located in New York and you sell beds, who cares? My blog used to rank number 2 for teaching kids positive values. It's still on the front page to my knowledge. Well, it just happens to be that my blog has a lot of authority, and I happen to do a post that had those keywords in it. It doesn't give me any relevant traffic, so who cares that I'm number 1? You want to measure your rankings for your top converting keywords. You do that in keyword research. Local businesses don't have to go to a great degree to understand keyword research. Google provides a lot of tools for you to be able to do this for free. But you also want to measure referrals and traffic. For example, through Google Analytics, how many people are actually coming to my site and where are they coming from? Do I have more traffic this month than I did last month? Pretty easy thing to measure and look at. Citations. Well, you just want to have an inventory of where your citations are and which citations you have and don't have. So when you see lists like the one you're going to see in this presentation, you can easily go and look at and say, well, I need to go and get these ones. And of course, it comes down to leads and sales. The fact is you could be number 1 on the internet if you're not generating phone calls. And not only phone calls. If you're not generating sales from those phone calls, you could be generating phone calls from unqualified buyers. So your search marketing experts, your search marketing company that you hire, should be focused on generating sales for you. Not phone calls, not really rankings. None of that. At the end of the day, it comes down to sales. It's qualified buyers. And then, of course, how much you're spending. You really want to know how much you're spending to determine your correct return on investment. Okay? All right. Take a screenshot of that. If you're running a PC, that would be the control button and then hit print screen. Go to Microsoft Word, hit Control V. You'll have your notes. or you've had time to take notes for yourself. Now, to get going a little bit further, the first thing I said we were going to talk about was listings. And listings are a place on the internet where your business is listed. But before we get into listings, we got to know and have a little bit of a talk about triggers. Well, a term called a geomod is something that signifies a geographical location, like your city, your zip code, even airport code. And then when a user does a search, the search engines know where that user physically is, either by the IP address that they have input that comes from the internet service provider, their GPS location if they're on a mobile device, or cellular triangulation if they're on a mobile device, and a user input that lets them know, or of course a geomod. So a local search is triggered by either a geomod or geolocation. Oh, what did I do there? Okay, now when we're talking about listings or citations, we have got different places on the internet that we can get these citations. And the first umbrella we're going to look at are called local marketing engines. And within local marketing engines, we have companies like data providers. We have the search engines. You've got different review sites that you want to take a look at. You've got different directories. And then you've also got local and social network sites. Okay, so here's a few different logos to a few of those different sites that we're going to want to get a list of in a moment. But the local marketing engines drive citations. A citation is a business reference or a link under one of these 5 different categories. You want to go and get those citations for your local business. Now, when we start to look at different ranking factors are signals that the search engines figure out in some sort of mathematical way and create a mathematical equation to determine relevancy, to determine importance, and ultimately ranking for a particular web page or a web property. A web property in a search engine, it doesn't always matter if your website comes up. If your business is listed, it's equally as important. And so the search engines look at a variety of different factors, and we break those factors into on-the-page factors and off-the-page factors. Well, on-the-page factors that we're talking about right now are factors that we have control of, like the development of your website, or the information that we put onto your Google Places listing. So right here, here's some main factors that are important for your website that need to be considered. And your local business website should have location pages. And these location pages are going to have specific content on them that are relevant to a specific region or that area. And they've got the appropriate geomod keyword in the content of that particular page. You also want content that's geo content, and the content should be focused around the geolocation. And so when you make a list of all your geographical locations, you want to be able to cover all of your bases and have this content sprinkled throughout the website. And of course have geo themes. And so in your title tags and your H1 tags and whatnot, you want to be able to have your most pertinent geomods. Of course, images properly tagged and whatnot. Now, another tool to take a look at is with your local listings. Now, this is off the page factors. You go to a tool called getlisted.org, and here's a listing of a dentist here in Chicago, and you can see that there's a few listings that they don't have acquired yet. This is going to give you a list of what is that, eight different listings. In a moment, I'm going to give you a list of 20 or 30. But getlisted.org is a good tool to get an understanding of at least 8 different citations for your business. Now, when you're filling out each of these individual profiles, 100% of that should be filled out completely. Use as much of the description as possible. Write a very compelling description. Don't keyword stuff it. Make it written for the user, but do cover products and services and location effectively. Those are going to be your ultimate keywords. If you're a dentist, talk about dentistry and dentist and dentists and different combinations and permutations. Attorney and lawyers, chiropractor and chiropractic, as well as benefits of your particular business in your description. So a benefit of a chiropractor would be pain-free. You know, and then of course there's services, items like adjustment, subluxation. You want that content within your description. Make sure you put up all the pictures up there. Trust me, this is important. Get 5 videos up there. I don't care if they're a video of testimonials or a video of a walkthrough of your office. Of your warehouse, just get videos up there. You, the owner, describing on the iPhone exactly what they do. Get videos up there. Business shoot. Google's used to give away free business shoots. I'm not sure if they continue to do that, but nonetheless, take pictures of your business. Get 5 pictures up there. They are important. Make sure you have a physical address and don't choose to have your address blocked. Establish your NAP, your NAP. That's your name, address, and phone number. You've got to have consistency within your NAP all throughout all the listings of your business. If you write suite a certain way, write it out STE or SUITE, and make sure that's consistent with all your NAP listings across the board. That's a major factor that has implications towards negative ranking, is inconsistency in NAP. Testimonial videos and walkthrough videos. We've talked about videos. Categories. Make sure you use all 5 categories and claim the suggested results that Google gives you. That's going to be able to help your propensity to rank. And reviews are also important. This is a new thing. You know, with Google Plus, it's an introduction of Zagat reviews. And we drive reviews to both Zagat and Google. Make sure they're with registered users. And certain things to stay away from with your listings, of course, is using non-local factors like 800 numbers or a P.O. box. Multiple place pages for a single location. That's really going to hurt you. Here's a link for you. bit.ly/LMS places. bit.ly/LMS places. This link is going to bring you to a page on my website. Another business website, not one marketing, but nonetheless. And it's got a variety of different resources to report a problem, some Google documentation, some further education on places and whatnot. Do not use tracking phone numbers, period. That one's pretty straightforward. But next, we're going to move on to citations and links. And here, remember, listings were important. There's 3 pillars to local internet marketing. Listings. Remember that umbrella? We just went through them. Citations and links is your number 2 pillar. And then, of course, reviews. Now, for our number 2 pillar, citations and links, the internet marketing equation is simple. It's qualified traffic plus conversion equals sales. So your online marketing effort should really provide your target audience with a real high impact, like high value experience, while they're spending their time on their site and really considering which businesses they're going to be working with. So provide high quality, effective transparency and exposure of the business online. What does that mean in plain English? Talk to your audience. When they leave a complaint, reply publicly online. Go out there and don't hide your address. Discuss where you are, who you are, how you do it, and get exposed out there in relevant areas. Don't go and get exposure on a whole bunch of different article directory sites. Get them on effective citation locations, the ones that take manual processing, the ones that take verification, that take time. And by doing this, you're not going to be chasing the algorithm. This, folks, is the biggest secret that people are consistently looking for in the world of internet marketing. This is your $1,000 secret to win at Google, period. Provide value to the end user. Bottom line. Okay, now with citations and links. Citations are a web reference of the company in question on a particular web page using a NAP, using your name, address, and phone number. And you want to get citations on web pages that are location and theme related content. So chiropractic directories, chiropractic associations, their local chamber of commerce, their local newspaper website. Those are two different types of websites that are out there. And so on occasion, search engines, they reach out and they crawl these different websites to be able to collect information, to collect data from these different websites and a variety of different public sources out there. One of these websites may be your local clerk's county office when you got your business registered. And what type of information do they have on there? What about your incorporation information? If you have free Wi-Fi, are you listed on a Wi-Fi directory? Other ways to be able to identify citations are through competition and identifying where your competition is. Basically, once you know who your competition is, do a search on the internet for their address and their business name and put quotation marks around their address field. Boom, Google's going to tell you all the citations. The very first citation that's listed is going to be their most authoritative citation. Go and get the top 10 citations that each of your competitors have, and you're going to outrank them. Local and themed content, we've talked about that. I don't need to spend much more time on that one at this point in time. Different networking groups that are out there, like local networking groups. You can find these through meetup groups. You can find these through LinkedIn. You can find these through different forums that are out there. Joint ventures. Maybe you're a chiropractor and you want to build a relationship with a massage therapist. Well, get your information listed on their websites. Local business websites are a massive source of citations and a great place. Identify who you can partner with to get these types of citations and work for it. Social media marketing. Social media marketing is a component of internet marketing. The last 3 years, there's been two different umbrellas of our internet marketing industry. And social media marketing, mobile marketing, local internet marketing, e-commerce, organic SEO, local, I mean, these aren't different umbrellas. This is one of the most blunt points that should be out there, that social media are now massive signals. Let me take that back. Social media now has signals within the search engines that are being read, and in the future, they're going to be a massive signal that is required. You need to have that exposure, and you need to drive some content through social channels, period. Theme-related authoritative exposure. Well, again, what if you're in the pizza delivery business and you want to get theme-related exposure that's out there? Participate in pizza-making forums. I know it sounds silly, but they're out there. I'm sure they're out there. I've never seen one or been on one, but I'll put my bottom dollar that they exist. Reviews. How important are reviews? They're probably the single most important factor to internet marketing, period, for a local business. They influence both driving traffic and they influence conversion. That's the internet marketing equation. There's not many items that influence both driving traffic and conversion to such a degree. Reviews are probably the single largest factor in influencing conversion one way or another on the pendulum. The best form of advertising in history is WOM. Word of mouth. Reviews are word of mouth in a digital form. Generating reviews, generating people talking about your business is the best form of advertising you can possibly generate. So there's a lot of different benefits that you're going to get from reviews. And reviews really, at the end of the day, accomplish three things. I had mentioned to you already, rankings. They absolutely help your rankings. They help your conversion. But thirdly, they provide your service area establishment. A lot of businesses want to increase their service area on the search engines. You know, If you're a pizza delivery company, you've got a lot of competition around in a particular New York City area. What if Google says the standard is 3 miles, but you actually deliver 5 miles? How do you tell Google with trust that you deliver within a 5-mile radius? Or you're one of the bigger delivery companies located in the suburbs of Chicago because rent is cheaper and that's where your warehouse is, but you don't have a Chicago address. But you still happen to be the biggest company with the largest client base. How are you going to be found when people are searching for the Geomod Chicago and you've got a Schaumburg address? Reviews are very important for that. The other thing is never since 2005, and I rank for some pretty high keywords like small business internet marketing, local internet marketing, we got a number 2 ranking for. Courier service, national same-day delivery. These are massive converting keywords. And never have I ever read anywhere in Google's documentation that they've explicitly said that this is a factor that influences our algorithm, except for this. This comes from the service area section at one point in time on Google's pages. I don't know if they still are there because they're now utilizing Zagat rankings. But they say this section describes how you can mark up your rating information to use images to convey ranking information. To convey ranking information. I think that's a little faux pas on their part, but nonetheless. So go ahead and you implement what we call a customer review acquisition strategy. Okay, so if you're a dentist and you've got somebody sitting at your front office and they go to pay their bill and they go, geez, you know, Dr. Polak did such a great job on my teeth. I love my teeth. What happens to that? That good of word of mouth advertising goes away. So a review acquisition strategy is pretty simple. That you train people internally. You provide them with the system. You provide them with the tools. That when somebody, and a lending ear, and they say something nice about a business, they go, thank you, Mr. Customer. Or thank you, whomever. You know, would you mind saying those nice words for us on the internet? And that front desk clerk then hands her a nice postcard that might have a QR code on it. They can turn around and take their smartphone right in the office and scan that QR code and go and leave a review right then and there. These are simple little tools that just make it easier to drive reviews. These reviews are critical. People that leave reviews are attached to a location. A business's service area is defined by where their customers reside. A physical location of individual helps the search engines determine that. So get it implemented. It helps your rankings, it helps your conversion, and it helps your service areas. Remember, there is a factor of quantity, but quality of reviews are equally as important. Okay, so just as a review, different components here. Profiles. We've talked about online profiles for local businesses and different agencies, and gone through all of that. Now filters. Just want to give you a brief overview of filters. For example, Yelp. And let's say a business has 15 reviews in Yelp, but when you do a search, Google crawls information, puts it in, and displays it themselves, and Yelp is also going to show you. How does Yelp decide which of these 15 reviews to show? They only show 4. Well, they have filters in place. How do they influence these particular filters? There's ways for us as marketers to influence the most influential people on the internet to ensure that the best reviews are showing up number 1. You've got items that are called rich snippets. This is a relatively new thing in the HTML world. For example, if somebody sends you a handwritten note saying, Scott, thank you so much. That was a great job. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scan that image on my scanner, put it onto my website, wrap it in a rich snippet markup language called hreview. Tell Google that this is a particular review. Within that wrap itself, I'm going to link it to the social profile of the person that they sent it to me and ask them to distribute it through their network so they can see. Of course, when you're asking them to do that, make sure you're linking to Google+, not Facebook. Google cannot crawl Facebook. Review acquisition system. I think I've put that in enough different review sites we've talked about. All right. Now Now that I've given you guys a high-level overview, I'm sure there's a lot that's been taken down, but nonetheless, this is a very high-level overview. Make sure you've got your pen and papers out right now, because we're going to be taking a look at different data providers, the major search engines, the major data providers, and secondary data providers. And so on that note, your major search engines are going to be Google, Yahoo, Bing, Facebook, and now Google Plus. But Google Plus and Google Places are going to be one and the same very soon. Your major data providers, there's 4 right there. And then secondary providers. Here's a good list. I'm going to give you guys 15 seconds to jot some of this stuff down. This presentation is being recorded. As long as you're on our email list located at onemarketing.com, we will send you this recorded presentation. Okay, some additional sources. Public sources, public companies, their annual reports, you've got that. You've got SEC information. You've got all of your different governments that you want to look at, any different registrations that you've got with them. Different business magazines or directory listings or anything of that nature, newspapers that you may have, local newspapers, local publications. Contact the local postal service, identify the information that they've got for your NAP. You want to ensure consistency with that. Local-based websites, all the different search engines, we all know that they crawl each other. And all the local blogs. It's a great place to find and get some additional citations and links. With local blogs, just basically go to Google and type in your geomod and blog in Google. Like Chicago blog, and this is going to help you find a variety of different local blogs. And if you're a part of my program, if you're any students or whatnot, reference the organic search engine optimization videos. Now, locally focused directories, on the other hand, are very, very well indexed and very good places to get listings. So they're essentially associated with a particular city or a region, and they just list different types of resources. You can utilize the same types of search and do a geomod directory search in Google to find these locally focused directories to get your business listed on. Now, theme-based sites, on the other hand, you notice there's 2 sides to this, local sites and theme, local content, theme content. If you're a dentist, that's your theme. Go and join different social networks. Go and look at ning.com. They may have local networks in your area. You could do a search on Google, again, for geomod and directory, or your theme, keyword, and directory, or your theme and blog, to find these different types of sites and make a list of them. Get them in Excel and work on getting your content on there. And again, you could reference the SEO videos. Now, social media is really the art of using different media for social interaction. It's that simple. With social media, you've got the ability to influence. And when others out there retweet or share your information or like it or your information or +1 it on Google, that gives that content more trust and more authority. That's what the search engines are really looking for. And so effective marketing on the internet is really just trying to build greater authority that's out there. Citation acquisition strategies, and with a competitive analysis we were talking initially, is a very good strategy. Again, just do a search in Google for your competitor's NAP and identify places that they have location. The very first listing in Google is going to be their most authoritative listing. Pretty simple, huh? Local directories, publications, networking groups like the Chamber of Commerce. Go and look at what they've got. Different joint ventures, theme-related citations. I've been through some of this already. Unconventional citations, like I had mentioned Wi-Fi, a Wi-Fi listing. If you've got it, there's a ton. There's 100 different Wi-Fi directories, free Wi-Fi directories that are out there. You may have, you may be in a strip mall, and you may want to get one of those little red box videos up at your location. And with those red boxes, you can essentially put it up and get a listing on redbox.com and get a directory. I have a video that's got a list of a variety of different non-conventional citation acquisition strategies. If you're an author and you've got a book that's out there, if you're an attorney and written stuff when you were in school, you've really got to think outside of the box to be able to get these citations. You know, my father invested into a weather station and puts that on his roof. Well, there's a whole variety of different weather station listing sites that are out there that you can feed this information into the internet, and all of a sudden, boom, you got weather station sites have they're government sites, they're .gov sites, they have tremendous authority to them. So to get a listing and a citation to say, hey, this is where this citation is, or this is where this weather station is located, thanks to Scott Gallagher of One Marketing, located at 200 North Harrison Street in Algonquin, Illinois, 60102, on a government-listed site, all because you have a weather station. So there's a variety of different ways to get non-conventional citations as well. I was talking a little bit about review acquisition strategies. All of our customers that we work with for search optimization, we go to great lengths to work with them. We've got a complete package that we implement right into their business. Now, a company like Yelp says you should never solicit reviews. It's true. We don't solicit reviews. You should never, ever solicit reviews. But if somebody says to you, hey, good job, you're not soliciting a review. You're just asking them to digitize it. So this is a document, you know, what are reviews, the value of reviews, different review sites that are out there, the implications to the search engines for the reviews, good reviews versus bad reviews. It's our job to educate our customers and our customer staff and all of this as well. And of course, the email templates and the tools to get it. Here's an example of that. Now, different review sites that are out there. Here's a list of, you know, some of the more popular review sites that are out there. Zagat is not on there, but it's much more popular now. I talked a little bit about review filters. You know, number 2, review filters are never deleted. This one right here, woo! I can draw on here now. Organic positive reviews versus negative reviews. It's quantity, but quality is also important too. And now I've got a little bit of a video here that I just want to play to you guys. If you could just give me one quick second, we're going to go ahead and I will hit this play button.
I've taken on client after client after client since then, and now I have not even advertised myself. All my business now is referral business.
What I liked about Scott was real solid principles for an ongoing business.
I've had the course in my hands physically for about 2 weeks, and already I've booked 2 clients from just using the information in Module 1.
I had 5 clients, and that allowed me to quit my job.
I was able to go out and get my first client within the first few weeks.
You know, because I'm only on Module 2, but I only needed up to Module 2 to get going. And the thing that I got from Scott was you don't need to learn everything straight away. The most important thing you do is to go out and get your first client.
And so Scott's course really gave me that confidence.
All right. So the question becomes, now you guys have seen some of this. That last slide was a video of testimonials from both my students and clients. We got some nice things from some nice people, and they say some great stuff. So we just wanted to share some of that. But before we get into any of that, what do you do now? Well, I want you to go to our website, onemarketing.com, and if you're not on our list there, download the free report, How to Dominate Google Places. It's going to be an overview of some of the stuff that you've talked about today. And for your local business, sign up for our free online assessment and analysis. Here's the link to be able to go to that, bit.ly/marketing analysis. The fact of the matter is, we're going to try to earn the right to your business. We do want to get to the stage of providing you with a proposal. Our services range in price anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 per month. We know our clients. We know we need to be able to determine a return on investment. And we limit ourselves to 2 customers in any geographical area because our target is spot number 1 and spot number 2. It's as simple as that. During this free analysis, we're going to provide you with a variety of different content. You're going to get a list of a variety of different things on your website that need to be improved. You can take that and give it to your own web developer if you want. You're going to get a list of your current citations. You're going to get some keyword research. You're going to get some ranking reports done on your business. Just go to that website right now and sign up. It's free. Somebody's going to be in contact with you within 24 hours after signing up. We will get this information created specific for your business. We will invest an hour of our time to be able to earn the right to some further business and at least get a proposal in your hands. And we do understand that our prospects look at other businesses that are out there, and we encourage you to do that. But nonetheless, our free online business analysis, there's the website again. This is something that's not going to cost you anything, and we're going to look at the different areas of your business, from driving qualified traffic and converting that traffic. So under the umbrella of driving qualified traffic, you're going to get a keyword research report, you're going to get an on-site website report, you're going to get a competitive analysis report, and then we're going to outline specific steps that you need to take to improve particular rankings. From the converting traffic aspect, we're going to take a look at your audience and do an audience group analysis. We're going to provide some tips and suggestions to improve conversion of each of those groups, and then show you a system. And of course, alongside of all of this is going to be our proposal and say, hey, we want to do this stuff for you for this price. These are the results that you should expect. This is when you should see the return on investment from there. Okay? So at this point in time, I am going to open the floor to any questions. I'm going to stop the recording of this webinar. And I'd like everybody in the recording to have a wonderful day. So on that note, we've got a few people on the line right now. I'm going to go ahead and open up my little questions box. I'm going to stop showing my screen. And I see that some people have typed some questions in. Yeah, Andy's making comments. Kids on summer vacation. Yeah, I got my nephew here in the office and my son. I do have the opportunity to work at home. I enjoy working at home, but I'm in the office a lot more than I do at home lately. I got some guys that I work with in the office, and most of the time I like them, so I come and hang out with them. They're definitely good guys, so that's what we do. Did I go to Linux? I don't know. I don't think so. No, I went to Mac. Okay, we got a question about Google and UPS store mailbox. Does Google know a UPS store mailbox isn't a real address? Or are they and any others like them okay? Well, I'm not too sure what specifically you're asking, Andy. Because Google does recognize Google does recognize UPS stores as as real addresses. 3 years ago, we were able to take that and update it to say, okay, with Naparex we did that. We got a bunch of UPS stores, started to rank them. We can still kind of get rankings with them. It's tough. They don't have a lot of authority to them. At the end of the day, they know that they're a UPS store. We took the mailbox number and just put number sign in front of it and said that that was the suite. But no, it's not okay to use. It is a violation of the terms and conditions. We don't do it anymore. It was back in the day. I don't want to use my home address for my listings on my website. Well, that's a choice you have to make. Either you fight Google or you play ball with them. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do or what you should and shouldn't do. When you start to look at history, and especially as a Canadian moving to the United States, I feel that this country is predicated on fear, and that businesses have to be vulnerable and transparent on the internet. The moment that you start not being transparent and you start closing yourself off to the world of what you are doing in a community, the search engines aren't going to like you. You got to remember, guys like Larry Page and Sergey Brin are philanthropists. The one thing that they want to do is do good in this world. And so for a business that's providing an ethical service to a local community and doesn't want to disclose where they're physically located, studies have countlessly showed after time over and time over again that the level of trust for the consumer is dissipated. And so for that fact that the level of trust is dissipated, Google has put great emphasis on those businesses that do show their home address. It's as simple as that. I don't know what your reasons are why you don't want to use your home address for your listings, but if that's where your business is listed, then do it. Otherwise, go and get an office, or you're not going to get listed on Google. It's that simple. This has been something that's been argued for years, and Google has maintained their stance and continued to get worse, and I get it. I agree. I think they're making the right choices. So that seems to be it for questions today. Oh. Well, do Google Plus reviews matter more? That's hard to say. Matter more than what? Matter more than Facebook reviews because Google can't crawl Facebook? Or matter more than Zagat reviews, or say insider pages? Insider pages Google can crawl this week. Next week they won't be able to. It's been back and forth. Let's talk about it in terms of Google user reviews, anonymous reviews, and third-party reviews. And Yelp, okay, Yelp reviews. Google Plus reviews are going to matter more because Google knows more about a Google user than they do about a Yelp user. The simple answer to that question is yes. Google Plus reviews matter more on the Google algorithm than Yelp reviews. If you can send customers to leave reviews on Google, great. But one of the factors in ranking is also the distribution of reviews on third-party websites. So the search engines know that there's a natural distribution, and you've got to maintain that. So don't just send everybody to one site. You're welcome. Well, it seems that we've come to an end of our webinar. I hope everybody's enjoyed themselves. We see a few people have left and the questions have dried up, so I'm going to hit the end button. Thank you, everyone, and you have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye for now.